Fellas, Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're staying warm out there. It's been cold in Florida for the last few days. That is faux show. We have Skoda T17 Tier 7. Absolutely, just a little monster. Absolute little monster. But it's a Tier 7 light, and so it loses out to things like ELC even 90s that you can see over there. They've got one of them, and they've got a 1357. And the 1357, the ELC, are most stealthier than both of us, the Skoda, and we have a WZ-132. So I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a tough road to hoe. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, let's go head this way. I'm going to try my level best to deal with the light tanks over here. I noticed the WZ's coming with me, and I will tell you, I'm going to tell you what my plan is, but I haven't actually formulated it in my brain right now. As of right now, I'm going to this flank and just hoping that I can somehow catch out the ELC even 90 or the 1357, or maybe they go to the middle and do something dopey. But I need to get my vision over there. Just because the other scouts have more vision doesn't mean you don't need to go to that side. All right, you really do. Okay, where else are you going to go on this map anyway? You're going to go over to the west and spot in the factories? Probably not. You could go to the middle. That is an option right here, just to avoid tangling with their very stealthy tanks. But if you leave the zero column alone and you have a couple mediums or heavies there, and you don't have any way, your team doesn't have any way to counter the other stealthy tank, even though you're not as stealthy, you're already on the back foot, and then your team is really on the back foot, right? So don't avoid it. Embrace it. All right? I see the WZ, and he's charging hard too, and this is where I start to think, all right, maybe we got a chance here. Let's see what's going to happen here. And we're both charging, right? Off we go. About right here, it starts to occur to me that what we need to do, and he looks like he wants to come hard. Now, if he slams the brakes on, I'll change my mind. But right now, the plan in my mind at this point is, between he and I, we're heavier than these guys. Now, the 1357 can definitely lay down some hate and come pretty close to taking me out with his 7 shells or so. He'll at least maul me, but I can hurt him as well. And I've got a WZ-132 with some armor. Now, if we tangle with both of them, we might be in a bit of trouble until they run out of shots. Remember, though, the 1357 reloads pretty dang quickly, and honestly, the ELC's not too long on the reload. But we have a really good chance here, especially if we get a ram or something pushing in, that if we find an over-aggressive 1357 or ELC, we might be able to kill him. And that's what I want to do right now. Now, like I said, if the WZ slams his brakes on, then I'm going to have to stop as well, and we'll start working bushes and see what the heck we can do. But the closer we get to this, look, see, I'm zooming out and watching what he's doing right there. All right, this is one reason right here why I don't have my map at Grande. I just have a harder time seeing things that are around me. This is a great example, right? I can kind of keep track of him. I zoom out. There he is, all right? So we're going to push on in, and he keeps coming. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Let's just keep rolling. I'm expecting to be lit by the ELC or the 1357 at any moment, and we're just not taking any shots right now. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. And check it out. The E75TS, like, how is he that close to us? I think he came down the ramp or something, but my goodness, we have a lot of firepower here, fellas. So we're just going to do this. All right, a mistake on my part, fellas. I should have gone right to this position. I'm really lucky there weren't 3 or 4 tanks sitting here. All right, so I'm not here telling you that this is the best move on this map every time or of all time or anything like that. Sometimes you just make stuff up a bit on the fly, but this was the plan, to catch it out. I thought it was the ELC, to be honest, in the heat of battle. I didn't realize it was actually the 1357. Hey, that's fine, because we're going to find out where the ELC was in a moment. And I should have just tucked up behind this. I'm going to go ahead and hit C, I hope, sometime soon. Look at the 1370, or the E75TS going. There goes the WZ. Yeah, that's a mistake on my part. I should have absolutely hit C. I'm not sure. Boy, I must have been breathing heavily or something, because I'm really just running around with one shell like a complete muppet. Yeah, I just absolutely lost. There he is. All right, so kind of a dumb position, to be honest. Get him lit. I'm still not reloaded. That's wild. I don't even know if I knew that in the game. I bet I find out here in a minute when I take a shot at somebody. Ooh, somebody took a shot. All right. Yesterday we had a video talking about when to flank, what do you do? Well, right now things are going okay. I'm not loving what's going on in the factories over there. Also, it's always it depends. I've got to take into account. We'll go ahead and increase the size of the mini map here for you. I have to take into account that I'm a now half hit point Skoda T17, and raging back over and running into the factories is probably not the best idea. So I'm going to work the edge of the fight. We've got some guys lit. The E75 is getting aggressive. I really wish the Snipper Hill had done something more than sit there, because right now they're out of the fight. Right? There's 4 tanks that have failed to realize what's going on. I think they're going to start moving here pretty soon, but they're behind the power curve at this moment. They're completely out of position up there at this point based on what's going on. We had to be careful about just walking into a buzzsaw. That's something I talk about a lot, so absolutely. But right now, I'm going to use my half hit point light tank and try to work around the edges and then see if I can push the vision forward for these guys, because we haven't quite lost the factories yet. So as of right now, I'm feeling like we're okay. I still haven't hit C. There. Oh my gosh. All right, the ELC died, and somehow that was my spotting. That blows me away. Of course. No, the ELC took damage. He didn't die. Look at this. What a muppet. Watch. Oh, that's why I saved it. Oh, such a genius. That wasn't my shot to kill him. I was being... Okay, fine. I was being very efficient with my ammo, fellas. Very efficient. Here we go. Here we go. All right. E75 TS. I think that might have been a ram kill. There we go. Hey, I hit C correctly. All right, that's great. We folded around, but the factories are starting to look a little bit grim. So we're going to move in a little bit. I don't really want to tangle with the AT-15A. In fact, I end up doing that like a bit of a muppet right here. There he is. And he saw me, which is, oh, geez, yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. I should have continued to the cover, but now I've got guys getting shots on him in multiple directions. Oh, that's a bummer. Nope, okay. No kill on there. 1100 assist. We got an XM57 wandering around there. There's a Scorpion up on the top. We'll use our speed here, I think, in a minute to try to cross. I believe those are probably destructible, aren't they? I don't remember. Let me see. Are they black on the screen? Hard to tell. Looks like his... I think those are destructible, actually. Factory is holding on. I'm keeping an eye on it. I may have to flex back that way and deal. The Iron Arnie has at least moved across. That's good. There goes a Scorpion. All right, found that guy. Let's go ahead and try to get a shot on him. Nice. Threading the needle. That one missed. It's too bad. Not a great shot. There we go. There we go. Didn't get the kill. We got some more damage. Get up to 626. 1,229 assist. There's a decently armored medium up there. At least or especially according to my gun. So let's just get this kill. There we go. Alright, off he goes. This exact situation we had in the recent past. Very close to it anyway. Shot selection, we talked about what's the most dangerous tank. Well, at this point, I was probably not going to pin the KPZ, and we're down to only 2 enemy tanks. I'm not too worried about these guys winning the fight, but now I do want to push in here and try to get a few more hit points off these guys if I can. Swing around here. I don't want to go straight at the Type 57 because that's a losing proposition for me. I'm at one shot to both him and the T-32. So let's see if we can swing around here and maybe get a free shot on this guy. Okay, there he is. Nice. One. Don't shoot me, T-32. Sneaking forward. All right, we get the kill. I have 2 shells. Can I sneak one on here? Oh, thank you, RNG Dispersion. Very nice, and we jump up to 1,034 damage, 1,229 assist, and a win. When you're faced with your opposite scout being much stealthier, a lot of times people and other scouts will give up. It isn't great when you look at it and go, man, we have a WZ-132 against an ELC VN90. We're in big trouble. It was very nice that the ELC just jumped in a kind of a rando bush. It's about right here. I think he was in these bushes here. Sometimes that can be kind of clever and tricky if they've won this area and they're pushing around. You've got snipers back here to shoot them, but generally as an opening position, that's a horrible opening position. If both of those had been here, they'd have owned it. But of course, he may have seen that nobody went from the enemy team. There was no support for the 1357, was there? I think there was a guy or two up here, but there was nobody on the 0 column. The enemy team just gave up on it. So thank you to WZ132 for sort of seeing what I was doing. I sent him a note that said that was exactly what we needed to do against stealthier tanks on the zero column. We were honestly lucky that there wasn't a bunch of snipers there, but it was a good plan for getting rid. Because even if I'd have run into one of them and killed them, I'd have considered it a decent trade if I'd have got the ELC out of the game. I wouldn't go into this game thinking I'm just going to trade a tank just because another tank's better. In general, it's better for you to be in the game fighting than wasting a tank just trying to take out one enemy key tank. But sometimes it can be very important. Unfortunately, this time the ELC was not the tank we found. It was the 1357, but we ganked him. He's gone. We had a lot of support. That's one thing to watch for. So even if I had died or take damage like I did, there'd have been so many shots coming down, we'd have eaten up a bunch of them. But as it was, nobody was there. So it ended up working out. But that is one option for dealing with stealthier light tanks. Understand the position, have a plan, flex the plan if you need to, because eventually I was just going to go to those bushes and work it as best I could. If I can get up into this dip and not get killed, and I'm spotting things, great. But once I saw the WZ coming with me, I thought, hey, I think we can probably just push really hard and take them a bit by surprise. If we catch out the ELC, great. If we get the other light tank, great. And it ended up working out really nicely for us on that one. So there you go. Just one option anyway. Either be very careful with a more stealthy tank and pay attention to the match and where he might be in there. We found him in a silly place, then he died pretty quickly, so he was really a non-factor, and we got rid of the other scout with the hard push, so it worked out really nicely for us over on that side of the map. That is all I've got. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. See ya.